Juiciest, why did you do it? I cheated because I was bored. My partner and I had fallen into a routine, and things just felt stale. I didn't want to break up, but I wanted something exciting. When someone new came along and gave me that thrill, I went for it without thinking about the long-term damage. It was a revenge thing for me. I found out my partner had been messaging someone behind my back. Nothing physical yet, but it hurt. Instead of talking about it or ending the relationship, I slept with someone else to get back at them. It didn't make me feel better, though. In fact, I felt worse. I cheated because I felt like I'd lost myself in the relationship. My partner was very controlling, and I felt suffocated. Cheating was my way of reclaiming some control over my life, but it wasn't the right way to do it. It ended up being destructive for both of us. I was feeling really insecure at the time. My partner wasn't the most affectionate person, and I started to feel like I wasn't attractive or desirable anymore. When someone else started flirting with me, it gave me a confidence boost. And one thing led to another. I didn't stop to think about how much it would hurt my partner. It cheated because I didn't know how to communicate. My partner and I were having problems, but instead of talking things through, I bottled everything up. I ended up seeking comfort in someone else because it was easier than facing the issues in my relationship. It was a case of grass is greener syndrome. I thought the person I cheated with was everything my partner wasn't, and I convinced myself I deserved better. Once the affair ended, I realized I was just chasing a fantasy, and the real problem was that I wasn't willing to work on my relationship. I cheated because I didn't want to be the bad guy and break up. I knew the relationship was over in my heart, but I didn't have the guts to end it. Cheating was my way of making sure my partner would break up with me instead. It was a cowardly move. I cheated out of pure curiosity. I'd been with the same person for years, and I started wondering what it would be like to be with someone else. I didn't even think I was unhappy in my relationship. I just wanted to see what I was missing. It wasn't worth it. I cheated because my partner cheated first. I felt like if they could betray me, then why should I stay loyal? It was about evening the score, but in the end, it just made everything worse and didn't heal the pain at all. I was going through a rough patch in my life, work stress, family issues, you name it. Instead of talking to my partner about it, I turned to someone else for comfort. It wasn't even about sex. It was about feeling understood by someone during a tough time. I know now I should have leaned on my partner instead. Honestly, I cheated because I didn't believe in monogamy. But I was too afraid to admit it. My partner wanted a traditional relationship, but deep down, I wanted something more open. Instead of being honest about that, I cheated. I realize now that it would have been better to be upfront about what I wanted, even if it risked the relationship. I cheated because I felt like my partner wasn't putting in any effort anymore. We've been together for years, and it felt like I was the only one trying. When someone else came along who gave me attention and made me feel special, I went for it. It wasn't right, but in my mind, I justified it at the time. I was emotionally cheating before it ever became physical. I started talking to this person every day, sharing things with them that I should have been sharing with my partner. By the time it got physical, the damage was already done. I realize now that emotional cheating is just as harmful. I cheated because I was afraid of being vulnerable with my partner. Things were getting serious, and instead of opening up, I pushed them away by cheating. It was a defense mechanism, but it ended up ruining something that could have been great. I was in a long-distance relationship, and the loneliness got to me. We were struggling to make it work, and I was feeling disconnected. When I met someone new in my city, I acted on it. In hindsight, I should have ended the long-distance relationship before doing anything with someone else. It was an ego boost. I wanted to see if I could still get someone. Even though I was in a committed relationship, I wasn't unhappy with my partner, but I was selfish and wanted to feel desired by someone else. Looking back, I can't believe I risked my relationship for something so shallow. I cheated because I was scared of settling down. My partner was talking about marriage and kids, and instead of confronting my fear of commitment, I ran away from it by cheating. It was a way to self-sabotage and avoid making a real decision about the future. Felt emotionally disconnected from my partner. For a long time, we weren't communicating, and I felt lonely even when we were together. Instead of working through it with them, I found someone who made me feel seen and heard. It felt good in the moment, but I deeply regret it. I cheated because I was in a toxic relationship and needed an escape. My partner was emotionally abusive, and I felt trapped. Cheating was my way of finding some kind of comfort and validation from someone else, but it wasn't the healthiest way to cope. I cheated because I didn't respect my partner or the relationship as much as I should have. I took them for granted, and when someone else showed interest, I didn't even think twice. It was a wake-up call for me when I got caught, and I realized just how much I'd screwed up.